What's happened?
Not full, as in like I am honestly full from the curry. Like,
Oh, right, from the curry that you made. Oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. You just said, I'm full. I was like, yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you? You went, I'm full, bro. And I was
like
full
that's
of
literally
what,
that's literally the only thing I'm thinking about right now. Like my brain is thinking about my stomach. So
yeah, that's it. That's
and
it.
I wish it didn't.
Isn't that the worst case though, when you eat too much and you're just like, you're ready to sleep?
Oh yeah, like the thing is, when I was cooking it, because it was like ginger and garlic and onions, when you put them in the frying pan, honestly, my eyes were burning, bro. It was.
That's good if you've got a cold. That sounds like as if that was
it does help.
an organic nose congestion deblogging, just like
it's
get that
deblogged,
sort of
bro.
airway going straight all the way up.
It's deblogged for sure. I'm all the way up.
That's the right word, right? Deblogged, but it is for the sake of this podcast.
It's exactly what it is, bro. We make up words here. We do all kinds of shit on this podcast. What's going on with you?
Like ream and shit can make it on the dictionary. I'm sure deblogged can be on there as well.
Yeah, ream and what was the other one? Riz? Was the other one Riz?
Some shit like that, like some fucking urban.
What the hell is Riz, by the way? What is that? Can someone explain to me what Riz is? Oh, he's risen over there. I don't know what that means.
What does that even mean, by the way? How would you even use it?
I'll tell you what Riz means to me. Means rolling papers. You know, the Rizzlers. Oh, shut us the Riz, mate. Do you know what I mean? That's what it means to me. I don't know what.
Right, okay. I don't even know how you would use it. I've never heard it, to be honest with you.
Riz, yeah, it's like it's what the kids are using nowadays, Rick. You know, we're getting old, man. We're getting old, apparently.
When I first met my wife, she used the word Gucci. Like, I'm Gucci. I think we were taking the piss of like, it's like we were having a conversation now. Okay. And then she went Gucci, and I was like, don't you mean I'm good, G? Thinking as if he's trying to be street and like some sort of a 50 Cent get rich or die try and trying to be something like that. And she went, no, Gucci. And I was like, nah, Gucci's not a word. Googled it. It turns out the kids today use, I'm Gucci. And like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm sound. I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good G.
Like, good. No, Gucci as in like
Gucci. That's what I'm saying. But like, it makes sense for it to be good G, right?
That's again. I actually thought it was the whole.
Wow, that is that's mad. By the way,
just flipping like you think he's like, what the fuck does that?
There's some other words like simp. Do you know what I mean? When did we start shortening the word simple to simp? By the way, can we just?
Never heard that fucking. Why?
Never heard that one before.
Simp.
Oh, yeah, simp. Yeah. Oh, that guy's a simp, isn't it? But I think it's you. So it's used in the context of, for example, right, when a guy, like, you know, I don't know, on Instagram, some people comment on like on Instagram models, like, you know, photos and stuff, and they go, oh, you so hot, or blah blah blah, and then everyone else in the comments like, that guy's a simp. Do you know what I mean? It's like that guy's it's almost like a loser.
Is it always for a guy, never for a girl?
I've never, again, I don't know enough about it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I just want to avoid the feminism.
Out there. Yeah.
I want to avoid the feminism and masculinity shit around here. So.
No, because I was thinking about this. Obviously, you know, I've told you before, I'm due to have a baby, and I was talking to somebody at work about it. They're like, oh, how long are you going to get off? I was like, oh, I'm going to take the full paternity. They're like, oh, how long do you get? All excited. I was like, 2 weeks. She went, what? And I was like, yeah, it's 2 weeks. She's like, no. And I was like, they don't really give a fuck about dads. As long as the mom's okay, they're really for dads. Like, yeah, get back to work. Yeah, nobody can afford paying you paternity leave, bro. Just get back.
Imagine, I was going to say 9. Obviously, the mother and the father can't take 9 months, or however how long is maternity leave?
It's not even about 9 months. 9 months, like with I think that depends on the companies you work for, but normally it's like 9% salary, 100% for a certain period, and then it's statutory pay, which is like BS. It's like, I don't know, like, and I don't even know how much it is, to be fair. But even for that thing in the 2 weeks, it depends how good the company is, because normally it's like 1 week full salary, second week statutory pay. And you think to yourself, fucking hell, like everything I've done for you, like you're even going to give me a full salary for like
for 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
2 weeks. 1 week I already earn it. Second week they're trying to bet.
So it's literally a week then, basically. That's what you're saying.
It's literally a week, and the second week I think it's like £145 for the week or some shit like that. And like if you're over in the States, like $200.
Shit, did you see my face drop, by the way? That's a reaction to what you just said.
They genuinely don't give a fuck about fathers, I'm telling you. Because sometimes I say it's not even about the money. Of course, in this day and age with inflation and everybody struggling across the globe, you think to yourself, right, okay, it is about money. I need the money as well. But like you think 2 weeks, like fucking hell, like your baby's born. What is 2 weeks, bro? What is 2 weeks? There's nothing.
God, nothing. That is awful, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But no, fuck it. I was going to say, but I've changed the screen to this because I've got balloons here because we had our little one's birthday not so long ago, like 10 days ago or something like that. And the balloons were up last time we did the episode, and now we're looking to upcycle them to somebody else. They said, "Oh, can we have them for so-and-so's birthday?" We're like, "Yeah, definitely, you can have them for her birthday." So they're still here in the office bedroom, just literally helium balloons here and there, and normal balloons, and all this other BS. So yeah, just fuck.
Excellent. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it looks quite bright where you are, so well, it's quite nice. It's quite nice and bright.
There we go. No background. There we go. Hello.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, I get you. That's a lot of balloons, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That looks like card factory out there.
Exactly. Looking like a card factory. We did an arch, the arc.
Yeah.
And we've got for the little one, we've done it every year, to be fair, and she loves it, and we love it, and the pictures and so on and so forth. And just I was saying to my wife, like, who's heavily pregnant, I was like, should we just leave it, not bother? She's like, nah. And then she went, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Turned up from work on a Friday. I was like, oh, nice to see that you haven't done it.
Yeah, so it's clearly not done. Yeah. Clearly not done. No.
What do you want me to do? Nothing. Like sound.
Oh my God, that is honestly like, yeah. Well, you can't argue, right?
Friday, last thing you're thinking of is like doing stuff. You're thinking, like, let me just get home. I'm tired. Let me have some dinner, rest, see the family, do something together. And then I come in, I'm like, right, okay, let's get this shit done then. But
we have to blow balloons, apparently. Yeah, we have to blow balloons. So
we got a machine.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. That's good.
We primed that shit. Just arrived the next day. Like, but yeah, anyway, fuck it. It's done. So
it's been a good week then, has it? It's been a good week.
Forward to it. No, to be fair, bro, it's been all right. Yes, it's not been too bad. Work-wise, family life-wise, it's been all right. Football-wise, it's been...
Wait.
But other than that, it's been a decent week for me, man. It's been good. What about you, though? Have you been a good week? Any stalking? Any...
No stalking this week.
Your general life one?
No stalking this week. I would...
Because the way you say making it sound like not this week.
Not this week, yeah. I took a break from stalking this week. Next week I will carry on with the regular schedule programming.
My uniform arrives, all black.
No, see, okay, that's the reason why I couldn't stalk this week, is because I had to put all my black stuff in the wash. Right. So it was a bit too late by the time they got dried and stuff. You know what I mean? And I
think out in the rain.
Yeah, I think another visit is needed.
Try. I have words with it.
Yeah, just in case, because it seemed to work for like at least 2 weeks in a row, or 2 matches in a row. It worked, and then I think he got a bit complacent. He was like, he took me for granted a little bit. It was like, oh, he's going to be here again, but no, I really wasn't. So, good luck with that, Martin. But yeah, no, it's been a good week, man. Obviously, first week at the new job. It's been busy. So it's just flown by. It's flown by, which is quite good because that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, literally just getting into the routine of work home, and that's pretty much it really. But it's been all right. It's been cozy here. It's been cozy. So.
Do you guys get a break up for summer holidays or not? Summer holidays, sorry, Christmas holiday, New Year's, whatever it is. So we're calling it now, because winter break, Christmas break, whatever. I think it's an inclusive called a winter break, not a Christmas break.
It's called a winter break, yeah. Which is yeah, you're right. It is the inclusive side of things. But yeah, I think we break up on the 21st, and then I think I'll be back. Not Annie, but I'll be back on the 27th. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Okay.
That was a fly, by the way. What you just saw me do.
I didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah. I was just catching. I was just. Got it. No.
I thought somebody's in the background trying to give you a high five. So I'm like, well done. You remembered your dates. 21st, I'll be back 27th. High five. Well done.
Martin, okay, I've got to be. It's actually locked in my basement.
You just came up for a cheeky high five.
That's all it is. That's all it was.
All right. So what are you going to do then? You go and see the family, or north? Are you staying, or they're coming to you?
It all depends on the wife. If she is on call for the wife, if she's on call for the times that I'm off, then obviously I can't really go anywhere. But in that case, I think they'll probably come down. But either way, I think New Year's. If we don't go Christmas, then we'll go New Year's. So
that's good.
Yeah. So it should be all right.
We can meet up. No, I'm not going anywhere. No. Like I said, we're expecting numero dos.
Yeah.
Going to be a family of cuatro. So therefore, then just going to end up staying down south. I don't even know if my mum and dad can come down, to be fair, as well. Work and other commitments and so on. So, but hopefully they can. Yeah. But either way, like, it's all right. With FaceTime and Skype and all these other video.
That's it.
Video calling devices. It's pretty sweet. So it's not
like the Skype business.
This Skype business that we're doing right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all right, but we can meet up though. We can do something because obviously I break up 21st as well. I've got a half day.
Oh, perfect.
Maybe 22nd. The missus is away at work. Yeah, the missus at work.
She's at work. Yeah, she's at work on the 22nd. I think that's when probably her on call starts, because that was the whole plan. Like, you know, I finished on 21st. She could finish on the 22nd, like, you know, in the afternoon, and then we'll just drive late evening.
Straight up. Yeah. But it all depends.
But it all depends, yeah. So she's going to find out tomorrow. But, you know, like you said, man, you know, with FaceTime and WhatsApp call and shit like that, exactly. You know,
but it's nice, though, to be fair, bro. Now that you're getting, for me, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, before, even with the little one, we enjoy that kind of finish on a Friday. Let's pack the car up. And let's just drive up for the weekend and come back down. Do you know what I mean? Like, leave at 7, 8 o'clock at night. Baby's asleep. Straight on that A1. Yeah. Straight on that motorway, just like flying away. It got to the point where at one point we were driving and I don't know, I was doing 77 miles an hour. And then as we were driving along, and my missus goes like, I don't know, for a while she was like, can we not get there any quicker? And I was like, I'm kind of doing 77. Like, I'm allowed 10%. I'm doing 77 miles an hour.
Yeah, legally, of course.
Yeah, legally, absolutely.
Of course.
I can't go much faster than this.
No, the car will not physically let you go any faster than that.
No, that's it. That's all. It's
illegal to go over. It's illegal to go over.
Absolutely, we're good citizens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know what that reminded? Sorry, real quick. You know what that reminded me of? Do you remember the episode of Top Gear when they went to America with the when James was driving the blue Aston?
Yeah.
And you could see the speed.
And
you could clearly hear the car revving. You could clearly hear the car over revving, and this guy is going 35 miles an hour all the time. That was hilarious the first time I watched that. That's what it reminded me of.
You know, we've got a bit of following behind us, so I didn't want to kind of jeopardize myself and a penalty notice coming through. So yeah, I was sticking to the speed limit, bro. That's what I was doing.
77 mile an hour. That's it. That's all you need to go. That's as fast as we can go. Like I said, the cars are limited to that. So
it also reminds me of Jenson Button when he got on Top Gear and they were doing. He's got a Bugatti and he tried to sell the Bugatti. You know, like 08, 09, maybe 10. Jenson Button came on. He's like, "You've got a Bugatti." He's like, "Yeah. What's wrong with it?" He's like, "I can't tell you what's wrong with it because I'm trying to sell it." And he goes, "So what's the fastest you've been on it?" He goes like 70, 10%. 77 is the fastest I've been. Yeah. You can't though. How can you answer that like on live on air or live anyway?
You can't. You know they're digging through them tickets, right?
Absolutely. You see these rappers, little something, always going to jail because he's
all little, by the way. They're all little. That's why they're not mature enough. They're not mature enough to understand. They're all little.
I'm surprised Lil Wayne is still Lil Wayne. He's not even Wayne. And I shouldn't really be messing with Wayne. I love Wayne, by the way.
Love Wayne. Yeah, same. But like he hasn't grown up yet, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, Lil. I mean, at least call yourself Little rather than Little, right?
Tune, right? Do you remember that Lollipop tune that came out? Yeah. The beats of that Lollipop tune. I'm just thinking of it now.
07, I think it was, wasn't it? 07, that I think it was.
I think we were going college. We were college, driving.
Yeah. That's right, yeah. That's right. That was some good times. Yeah,
that was some times, right? That was something, right?
Can we reminisce a second?
Because on group chat, we started reminiscing about secondary schools, but we didn't go to the same secondary school.
We didn't. We went to the same college,
same uni.
Which is weird, right? Obviously, because we went to the same primary school, and then obviously that period of secondary school, we went to different.
You relocated, didn't you? Yeah, you relocated. Yeah.
Different schools, and then obviously college, we were the same, and then uni, we were back to normal, back to regular schedule. Yeah, exactly. But can we just reminisce a second?
That's it.
Because you started driving before me, right? You started driving. I think it was like early 09.
Yeah,
it was early 09.
I passed my test January 09. And I think
and then the month after you got the car, didn't you?
Yeah, February. Because it was my birthday in February, so that obviously, got with the parents and everybody was like, right. Yeah. But because my parents didn't drive neither, and obviously for everybody who's out there, probably even like, I don't know, immigrant kids really, whose parents don't really drive in the country that they've immigrated to, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, my son or daughter's passed the driving test. Right. It looks like we're driving everywhere. So you turn into a family taxi.
Oh, jeez. Don't remind me.
The freedom of having a car when it gave you was just...
It was
incredible. I loved it. I loved passing that test. I loved obviously picking you up. We're going to college and and then you passed yours. I know the music.
It was too sick.
We felt unstoppable. But now looking back, I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck were we doing?
No. You look back and you're like, do you know what? Those were some of the best times ever because like you said, the music and just driving down that road to college where every other kid or the majority of the kids, right, there was just walking or getting off a bus, and we were like, fucking bus wankers. That's right. You best believe it. Music blaring. Everyone kept looking at us. The girls kept checking us out. You're not talking about. But it was good.
Man, it was a red Ford Fiesta, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's a language of love.
It was bright red, exactly.
Bright
passion.
Red,
it's the color of passion. That's what it is.
It showed everybody that we were single. You know what I mean?
Of course it did. Yeah, of course. There was two lads in the car. So what do you think they were thinking, right?
I remember skinny pencil arms hanging out the window.
Yeah. Let's put the window. Actually, let's put it back up because it's quite cold this February. Do you know what I mean? It was actually snowing. It was snowing, and I remember. I'll always remember that because we went to that car park that we always used to park, and obviously, handbrake turns. For any women listening out there, please,
be handbrake.
Divert your ears away from this podcast. Handbrake turns. You know what it is. But that was some of the best stuff. Honestly, that was amazing. That it really was. But then obviously, call it. College.
But you passed your test. So how soon did you? How soon after you got yours, didn't you? Because you passed yours.
So you passed yours in January,
didn't you? You bought your Ford, the green Ford, and our friend, obviously I won't name his name on the podcast, but he had the white Peugeot, and he was half Italian, and then back up to the restaurant that you worked at as behind the bar or wait. I worked there, you worked there. I came and did deliveries that one night.
Why are you trying to make me pull this picture out, bro? Don't make me pull the picture out. Don't make me pull the picture out. I've still got the picture, all right?
He's got his phone out.
That was the Italian job. That's what we called it. It was the Italian job.
That's it.
But the funny thing is, we had our Fords, and for a long time, our Fords, nothing went wrong with them. But our mutual friend with the white Peugeot, he just kept having constant problems with it, man. That was just like.
What did he have initially? Before the Peugeot, he had something else. I can't remember what he had.
Yeah, it was that Suzuki.
That's the Suzuki. I learned in that Suzuki. Whatever that Suzuki is called, that's the Suzuki I learned and I passed my testing. But yeah, he had that. Then he changed to the Peugeot 308, 307, 207, whatever Peugeot was. It was a boxy one. It was a bigger one.
Yeah, it was a 307 now. Yeah, 307 now. 306. It was a 306 Peugeot. That was the white one. That was a bag of shit. That I remember driving that car. That was awful
cheap as well. And he was like, "Oh, I got this on a cheap deal." And I was like, "Bro, why didn't you just wait or borrow some money from somebody and just get a better car?" Because you're right, our Fords were fine. We used to do the service ourselves back of the house.
Do you know what I mean?
We lived in the same estate.
Your Ford was 04, wasn't it? It was an 04 Ford.
03 Ford. Yeah.
My Ford was a W Reg, so it was actually older than both of your cars. Yeah. But it was such in good condition in comparison to the Peugeot. Do you know what I mean?
Peugeot was dog wag.
Peugeot
was a bag of shit.
Damn, that was an awful car. But if he's listening out there, we love you, bro.
We still love him.
We love those times.
Again, believe it or not, I still talk to him now and again. I went to his wedding.
Wow.
He was all right. He seems all right. He's doing all right. Married with kids.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. But did he? What was I going to say? Does he still reminisce now and again for with the good old days, or is it just all forgotten?
Yeah, now and again, when we saw him, he is the music that he used to listen, because I think we got in a competition between you and him who can make the best CD, the best mix, the best mixtape to listen to for the journeys. And obviously, Saltburn Up and Down, that flipping S Bank, and what was it? The mass when we used to, instead of going down the main road, we'd take kind of the B road, where it was just straight, although a little bit bumpy on the way to go to college. Yeah, so it's just...
it was the back roads, wasn't it?
No, that's the back roads. That's what it's referred to as, the back roads. But no, it was good, man. It was good times. But yeah, when I saw him, to be fair, he asked about it. He said, how's he doing? I did tell him that you've relocated further south, and he's like, oh, maybe next time he comes down, because him and his wife do a lot of trips down south for work or for whatever, maybe just for pleasure and leisure and just enjoy themselves. So yeah, he said he might come down and see us. So
I'm glad to hear it. Last thing on that, right? Do you remember that one time we went to his house and we had that hitting competition with that? What the fuck? Do you remember? He had I think they were like, you remember? They were like bowling pins, like big bowling pins, but they were like kind of like rubber, if you will, and they were filled with little white bits. Anyway, we had like this competition, and I've still got the picture of my leg proper red, and basically it was like who could take the hardest hit. Like we were in his back garden and we were hitting each other on the leg, because I think me and him were wearing shorts, and I think it must have been cold because there's no other reason why.
I don't remember participating in this,
You were there.
Was I hitting?
I took the picture. No, I think you took the picture. I think you were wise enough not to actually be involved.
I'm not getting involved in this. I'm gonna leave you two crackheads crack on with this.
Literally. That was the term. But we were drunk. We were drinking. You know what I mean? Responsibly, obviously. Let's just be
18, 19. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But that was some. Oh man, I've still got the picture of that. And if I find it, or when I find it, I'll send you it, and you'll probably be like, I remember that.
I'll send it. Have you still got his number or no?
Oh God, no! I've
send it to me. I'll send it to him.
A number from him, but
no, don't worry about it. I remember we had the number. I had 2 numbers for him. Every time I called one number, a girl would always pick up and be like, I don't know why people keep ringing me and asking for this person. And at first I thought it was his girlfriend or somebody that he knew.
Shit.
But they're always like, hey, so-and-so, we're going to go to the gym. Are we going to play five-a-side? Are we going here? Are we going out? We're doing anything.
We've got Plymouth. We've got Masters.
This person would always go, can you please stop calling this number? I was like, right, stop. And this would be me. Can you stop pissing about now? Come on, we're late. Let's get ready. She's like, I don't know who so-and-so is. You're the 5th person to ring me asking for so-and-so. And literally, I had no idea, but I think it was like the same number, but 1 digit different or something. I deleted that number a long time ago.
No way. That's crazy.
The person was like from Burnley or Preston or something northwest of England. Wow. Just on the outskirts of Manchester, maybe. Or, I don't know. But yeah, I always rang up thinking it's his number, bro. Like, but no.
Man, the time we played Superman, the time we played Superman and climbed on top of the bus shelters, that was some fun times. Anyways, look. Let's just okay. We're gonna get into some football, right? Because there's been obviously a lot of football in the last week. A lot of football in the last week, and obviously because of life, we missed the predictions for the weekend, but you know they came thick and fast. So it was just
so we 48 hours into the game, wasn't it?
That's it. So you know there was no real point to go down that route. But you know what? Let me just get some of the weekday games real quick, because I know obviously
the midweek ones.
Midweek.
Okay.
So first, obviously, you know, I just want to real quick on Arsenal Luton, and the thing is, I know that, you know, we won, but the fact that, you know, we conceded 3 to Luton and 2 of them were just plain goalkeeping errors was probably, like, I've never been such on edge. And again, we're facing Luton, for God's sake. Again, no disrespect, none of that shit. But, you know, historically, as I put in the group, that, you know, we hadn't won against Luton since like 88 or some shit. Do you know what I mean? April of 88 or something. So it was like 11 matches where we hadn't won against Luton. And I just thought, oh my God, history is just not gonna, you know, it's not gonna let up here. It's gonna repeat itself, definitely. And for a long time, obviously, for 97 minutes, that's what it looked like. And then my boy Big Deck, you know, steps up with his massive head, bang, in there, 4-3. You know,
no, it was a decent game, to be fair. It was end-to-end stuff.
It was.
I felt Luton didn't deserve to lose that game, but obviously, you know, at the end of the day, it's champions to be whoever, like, you know, not even champions, that's the wrong word, but title contenders, that you find ways to win ugly just to make sure you walk away with the 3 points. Standout play for me in that game was Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley, absolutely quality.
I totally agree.
We discussed it on the group chat as well, and he did the same again today, by the way, as well. Like, he had 3-4 players around him. He did not care. He was the one who got them out of bother, and then they were on the counter attack and led to the goal. Fantastic footballer. I'm glad he's doing well. I really hope he kickstarts his career at Luton and does wonderful things, or goes on to start playing for a top team again. Not that Luton isn't, but with all due respect, something like European,
you know. Even if he scrapes
them up, but then, you know, maybe they need some investment and so on. But yeah, it was a decent game, that one, especially 4-3. And obviously we started joking about with our friend because he missed every goal, and we started putting it down to his movement.
Yeah, stop moving, bro. Stop moving. Yeah, like, you know, just if you are listening, I know you're listening to this, so don't move next time, all right? Just when our teams play, just sit still. That's all we ask for. Like,
I'll turn the TV
but
off.
That was... Exactly. Turn the TV off, move, and then come back, turn the TV on. That's fine. We could agree with that.
2 options, yeah.
But honestly, yeah, it was a very good game. And like I totally agree with you. I don't think Luton deserved to lose that game. Like, genuinely, the way that we let them goals in, it's like, okay, well, that's your fault. Like, you know, it's our fault as an Arsenal team. That was totally your fault. And like I said, 2 of the goals at least were goalkeeping errors.
No, there were errors. That's it. There's no other way to put it down to. There was nobody else's fault apart from, what's his name, David Raya. Yeah, apart from him, it was nothing. Nobody else's fault. That was awful.
I like the fact that obviously that Havertz scored again, which was really good. You know, I like the player. He seems to be getting into the rhythm of things. Even yesterday's game, which, you know, whilst we're on it, we'll just get straight into it. Even yesterday's game. Against Aston Villa, you know, he popped up right at the end. He popped up He scored. Whether obviously we'll come back to whether it was a goal or it shouldn't have been a goal. We'll come back to that real quick. But yeah, I mean, yesterday's game against Villa, obviously after what Villa did midweek against Man City, it was, I was scared, and I said this on the group. I said, this is going to be a very, very tough game, and guess what? It turned out to be a very tough game, and not in terms of we weren't dominated by Villa, but damn, that one goal, that's all they needed. That one goal, they shut up shop in a way. We had many, many chances, many, many wasted chances, which again, looking back, it's like Odegaard should have at least had 2 goals there, at least 2 goals.
I felt like with Villa as well, you needed a striker. Yeah, just somebody to put the ball
someone just to bully through.
Yeah. Gabriel Jesus, I think he got called before saying, "I'm a striker, but scoring goals is not my main. It's not my main something." And I was like, "What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean, bro? Like, what are you talking about?" It's like Raya saying, "Yeah, I'm a keeper, but shot stopping is not really my thing."
Nah, bro.
It's not for me. I'm good with my feet. Yeah,
tapping my studs against the post. That's what I do. You know what I mean? That's what I do.
Now, to be fair, Villa game I watched, it was a decent game though. I missed the first goal. Obviously, I only caught it when it was 1-0. But Villa were just physical. They were in your face. Yeah. But they were in your face. They got in your face really early. They tried to kind of put out, nullify, what's his name? Odegaard, Saka. Saka didn't have a very good game, I didn't feel. I felt like Luka Dean did really well, got him frustrated as well, because he got a cheap yellow card, I think. Saka, did he get a yellow card? No, he didn't. He kicked the ball towards the keeper and he missed out on a yellow card towards the end of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was him and Luka Dean battling it in the corner, and then the ball went out.
The foul. He kicked the ball to him. I genuinely thought, I was like, oh my god, what is this guy doing? That was a frustration. I don't know whether he got a yellow card. Should have been a yellow card. Yeah. But I think because he kicked the ball towards the keeper, he was like, he's not. What's a delay in play? Yeah, he passed it to the keeper.
Because some players are bouncing the ball on the floor and they get a yellow card for the reaction. So that's inconsistency in refereeing, but we'll talk about that later. But overall though, I did think you were going to come back. To be honest with you, there was plenty of time, and I thought, here we go. Yeah. And the thing that I hear when Sky Sports put on in an 81st minute to 90 plus, Arsenal have scored this many goals. I was like, of course they fucking have, because it's Arsenal. Like anybody else is doing. If you can bet your house on Arsenal coming back and scoring a goal in the last 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah, 80th minute the last was 10 the minutes, usual,
usual time. Yeah. But it just wasn't to be. I think maybe.
I think, look, obviously we'll come back to the decision, but I mean, just as an overall match and our performance, honestly, performance-wise, we were really good. And we were dominating the play, because after the first goal, after McGinn's goal, they didn't have another chance until after half-time. Just before the end of half-time, when Raya made a nice save. But that was it. That was literally it from Villa. They didn't... I'm not saying they didn't offer anything going forward, because they did. They were always a threat. Every time they kept going forward, if it wasn't for Riot on a couple of occasions, that would have been a lot more. But, we had so many chances. Jesus, miscontrolled that ball when Saka crossed it in right in the middle of the box. He couldn't bring it down. That would have been, again, that would have definitely been a goal if he actually took it down. Odegaard had 2 chances. On the first chance, he sort of, Jesus passed him the ball. He took 2 players on, and then he still went for the goalkeeper's right. And I'm like, what do you think the goalkeeper was looking at? That's what he's anticipating. And it's Martinez. Yeah. He's a good keeper at the end of the day. You can't deny that. So, he was anticipating that, and that's exactly where Odegaard, put it into his right. And then by the end, the goal that he scored against Luton, he couldn't score against Villa, which obviously would have counted a lot more. So, we had plenty of chances. We had more possession than they did. Again, just going to mention the expected goals, because I know people in America, they love stats. So the expected goals, we were like 1.5 to their 0.7 or 0.5, whatever it was. But again, that don't matter. It was 1 Villa. It means fucking now. But just to show that obviously we had many chances that we couldn't put away. And Saka right at the beginning, he had that chance with his right foot, and I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, why are you using your right foot? Like, what's going on with your right foot? Is it blocked or something? What's going on there?
Yeah, because he uses both feet, didn't he? He's quite good with both.
Usually, but this time he just couldn't. Again, it felt like one of those matches where it was just luck was not on our side. Just that tiny little bit of luck. We made everything else happen, but just that tiny little bit of luck, it just wasn't on our side. Yeah. And by the end, obviously, look, we were threatening to equalize, but shit, it just wasn't meant to be. And Villa, rightfully so, they played a very good game. And again, after watching them against City, because I watched that second half against City was unbelievable. Like 34 touches in the City box to City's 12. Do you know what I mean? It was incredible. But then again, what does that mean? Does that mean like when Rodri doesn't play, like City are pretty much open season? I don't know. It seems that way. It seems that way. Yeah, shit.
Sounds like it.
So it's
security guard is not there. Anybody can come in.
Exactly. There's no bouncer on the door. Do you know what I mean? So you get an underage. You get Lils going in. So
the underage and the Nathan has to sing. Sorry, baby.
But like, so I think obviously, as an overall performance, I think we played good. I don't want to say very good. Odegaard, like you said, he was nullified in the midfield. There was a lot of players on him. Saka was just getting hit, but not to the point where I think, someone should have had a yellow card or a red card. No, it was
like
the right amount.
Fouls and the tactical. No, I know exactly what you mean.
There's a couple of incidents that should have been at least looked at. That elbow by Diego Carlos, I think that's his name, Diego Carlos, the defender. I think
the one with all the tattoos, who at the end decided to take his top off to show everybody his body. He was like
pretty much
fucking hell. Nobody's asked for your shirt, you just decided to give it away.
Exactly, seriously, no one's asked for your shirt, not even your players, not even your fans. Yeah, not even your fans.
Nobody said, Diego, give me your shirt. He was just like, let me take it off so I can get some sort of
just in case anyone won it.
That's all it was.
Anyone won it.
If he scored, he would have took his top off. Because he didn't score, he's like, let me just take it off, give it to someone.
I'll take it off anyway, and like go and do some Brock Lesnar like flexes. But
ripped underneath, so wasn't
it? No, of course. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't.
If I was like that, I'll be wearing no shirt and cycling shorts everywhere I go. That's it.
Well, maybe he doesn't do that well down there. I don't know. Maybe that's why it doesn't work.
No cycling shorts for that reason. Yeah, fair
exactly.
enough.
You never know. But yeah, I think that should have at least been looked at a little bit more, because again.
Did it look so? Like, because obviously I missed that bit. Did it look like intent on the elbow? Like
he basically
the player, or was it kind of like I'm jumping up to leverage as I'm doing it on screen for you?
Oh right no. It was like basically what was it? He was sort of looking to his left, running towards his own goal. Like I think it was Trossard on our left. So he was looking towards the left, and then Nketiah was running behind him. But he sort of like turned and hit Nketiah. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Again, sorry, but
did it just look like arms? I'm trying to protect the ball and then twist it.
No. It was more like a elbow sort of lunged at him.
It didn't get a look at all.
He got a look at, but yeah, it was just not even. Yeah, I don't.
Right.
Was it a yellow card? I think he may have got a yellow card for it, but I'm thinking if you give him a yellow card for that particular for that incident, then surely you need to look at that again, or VAR needs to intervene and be like, can you just have a look at that again, because that was quite dangerous. And it reminds me of the Bruno Guimaraes elbow, which on Jorginho, which they were like, he didn't mean to use it as a weapon. What are you talking about, bro? Like, again, they're not going out there wrestling shit.
Yeah,
I mean, none of them are using it for that. So, again, a few referee decisions were just appalling, absolutely appalling. They were. That it should have been a penalty. I don't know if you watched it. It should have been a penalty on Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that. Personally, I don't know whether maybe like his reputation's gone for it. Maybe the way he fell didn't do him any justice. But then again,
you're right. It looked like he flopped.
Like, how do you fall? How do you fall? Like, what is good falling like? On like no judgment.
Do we get training for this or what?
Exactly.
Like, does the PGMOL? Do they train the players on how to fall? I mean, that's good.
We're gonna have to start seeing set piece coaches, falling coaches, tactical coaches on the
falling coaches. Where your arms are coaches. How to jump coaches.
Yeah, defending the arms in coach. Like you can't do that. What you do is
you have to. Yeah, elbow coaches, a weapon coach.
Exactly. No, it's gonna. No, to be. I saw the replay to that. Again, I didn't see it. I'm not trying to play the Fergie card. If I haven't seen it, I'll have to watch it again. I just saw the replay, and I think because of the way he went down, again, I'm not sticking up for the refs because I think they've been appalling. There's no consistency whatsoever. But yeah,
in real time,
just the way he fell.
I agree with you on that, because in real time, I was like, that's not a penalty, because it looked like he flopped. But then when you see that replay on from every single angle that you watch that replay, it's like, okay, he took the ball down, he was about to take a second touch, but he got hit from underneath and then he fell, and it's like, right, well, clearly that's a penalty, right? Because we've seen some ridiculous penalties being given, and And I just think he got that call very, very wrong, and that should have been a penalty for us. The way I look at it, I watched Match of the Day, and Ian Wright, obviously, he said the same thing, that he said that's a penalty all day because of the rules of the sort of the letter of the letter of the law. And then obviously Jermaine Genius with his big mouth and fucking just absolutely no fucking idea. He goes, that's never a penalty for me. And you can see Wright, he dropped his head and he's like that. He's about to basically punch Genius in the face and be like, are you fucking mad? How do you not see that as a penalty? So he was very frustrated because it was just the wrong call from the referee. Like it was such a bad call. But anyway, look, I'm not going to complain because we had many chances that were missed. So I'm not, I can't say that, because of that we lost. No, we had many chances. We squandered them. We weren't clinical enough at the end. And even Arteta came out in the press conference afterwards. He was like, we should have, he said, at least we shouldn't have lost this game. Initially he goes, we should have won, and then he goes, at the very least we shouldn't have lost this game because we had many chances, we just weren't clinical enough. And he was asked by the guy interviewing him, I don't know who he was, how do you feel about this, in terms of the PGMOL? And he goes, do you know what? He said, I'll let you guys interpret that then. Because what do you mean by this, Arteta? About the calls? Like, no, I'll let you guys interpret it in the press because I know you have fun with it. Fair enough, fair dues to him. He's not going to go down that route again because he got punished. He got punished for it. So, but yeah, I genuinely think at the very least we shouldn't have lost that match. I'm not saying you're going, we should have definitely won. It should have been like 4-1 or whatever. No, like it just weren't clinical enough. And for me,
I suppose it's hard to take you as well, because you're used to seeing your team win and score goals at the end, and then when they're not clinical like that, you think to yourself, come on, that's a huge frustration. And you're right, you could have picked on the referee, but you haven't, which is good of you, because you're a good host of a podcast. You give unbiased opinions, you give two sides of the story.
I try to be. Because this is the thing, if we did an instant reaction to the match, then guaranteed I would have, I think most of this episode would have been just beeps everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Because I just don't think we could put out a podcast where it's swearing all the time.
Beeps, right? But we swear, we never beep it out.
That's fine though. But again, if it's a full podcast, if it's a full podcast, that's going to be of swearing. Yeah, it doesn't work because there's no context to the words.
We might have to beep the C word if we ever use the C word. I know our friends across the pond really dislike the C word.
They do, but when I talk about
Jermaine Genius, recorded on this side.
When I talk about Christian Romero and those types of players, Bruno Fernandes,
he is an absolute C
word. Exactly, he's a C word, mate. That's it.
Literally is. He is an absolute unt. He is an absolute unt.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday. Cambridge University netball team, all that stuff.
Wow, look at that. Yes,
that's right. I've been working on these. He plays for them. So
I feel your pain, because, like I said to you, when you used to seeing your team winning now, and then all of a sudden then they can't be clinical, you get really frustrated. But what did you think then? Do you think Arteta not being on the sideline had anything to do with it? Maybe motivation for the players, or fear, whichever way they look at Arteta being there. The reason I ask that is because you've seen sometimes when players make a mistake, they look at the dugout straight away. You get that corner eye, that side eye, looking at the manager. How's he reacted? How's the bench reacting? And then before they run back into their position.
I think I think if Arteta was on the sidelines, I think he probably would have motivated them a little bit more, because I think it was Stevenberg or Carlos Cuesta, I can't remember who it was on the sideline, who was like, his sort of assistants who were on the sideline. But again, I don't think they have that same presence that Arteta has. And look, a manager, I'm not blaming it on Arteta to be like, because of he wasn't there, and all this. But it does make a difference, I feel, because again, he knows what he's thinking straight away, and by the time he gets that message relayed to one of his assistants down at the dugout, everything's changed. The whole game state has changed, and and then so it's basically on delay. Like when we're watching live football and we're like, he's just scored, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He's just scored. I'm watching the match. Oh, there it is. Do you know what I mean? It's literally that
slight delay on that. Yeah,
because I could be like swearing and effing and blinding at my team. These fuckers and all this, not doing anything. But you've already seen the goal. So by the time that comes back to me, I'm like, okay, so they've scored. All right, then cool. So again, my mindset changes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I feel like it's the same thing, but I don't, in the interest of fairness, I can't sit here and be like, it was up to Arteta. I think, everyone shares a bit of blame in terms of not being clinical enough. And you're saying that I'm not blaming the ref. I mean, that bit at the end with Havertz and Matty Cash and Eddie Nketiah. Did you watch the replay of that, by the way?
I've seen the replay. I've seen it slow motion, and it does not look good at all.
Like, okay, first of all, that ball comes in and you can see that Havertz clearly shoulders it down. You clearly see that. Bounces off Matty Cash, and then it bounces off Havertz's chest. And then off his chest, it bounces off Matty Cash's hand, and then it bounces on Havertz's hand. And then it goes back to what we were just discussing, like, where the fuck is he? Where's he supposed to put his hands? I've said this, put that fucking training band that they put around the legs. Put it around
that coach.
Yeah, just make me the coach, right? I'll put the training band around my players like that, and just be like, all right, cool, flop like a fish. Do you know what I mean? When you go for a header, head it like a fish, mate.
Sausage
you don't move your arms. Sausage runs, exactly. some Sylvester Stallone shit. Shoulder runs. You know what I mean? Doing this shit. But I honestly, the fact that he gave that. He said that's a disallowed goal. And again, that was his on-field decision, by the way. But then you actually watch that again, as I did on Match of the Day. His on-field decision was crazy because at that point he was behind a player. Do you know what I mean? I think he was behind Reece Nelson.
They said that as well. How did he
even see that? How did he see that to give it?
If he didn't see it, the on-field decision should have stayed, or like the goal should have stood, and then
That's it. That's
this is what we talk about, isn't it? Inconsistency with them all the time. You'd hope they're going to get it right, but they just don't. Like what they do one week, they don't do it the following week, or what happens with one ref, they don't do it for another game. Sorry, and you just think to yourself, for fuck's sake, like, can you not get it right? This is the best league in the world. They've just signed a new contract. What was the new contract? 6.5 billion.
6.7 billion. Yeah.
6.7 billion to show Premier League matches, which is great for us, the consumer, but
no one will get charged ridiculous amounts. Exactly. But yeah, I agree.
Getting charged ridiculous amounts, but just to watch a lot of footy.
Yeah.
But then you want the refereeing to be on there as well, because some people with the right amount of alcohol, things would have looked very differently. Like fights, and could have. Good refereeing saves so many things. It doesn't have that domino effect. Like yourself, you were fuming with the referee. Now imagine if you had the right amount of alcohol and you're watching out at a pub and somebody says to you the wrong thing. It was like, no, that was never the case. I don't know what I mean. You turn around.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Like,
you're absolutely right.
Dare you? What are you watching? Because we're passionate about our teams.
This is the beautiful game. It
is a beautiful game, absolutely, and we love it. And sometimes it can ruin your weekend. It can be so frustrated. It does ruin your day or your weekend, but you've just got to try. Well, maybe not so much you, but I've most certainly I've learned to just like
Bro, I've gone 20 years, so yeah, trust me, I've already in that Wusa stage.
This is why I know the feeling of frustration. This is why when I said to you earlier, like, you're used to them finishing and putting it away, and then when they don't, you're like, how have you not scored that? You just how? It just has more questions than anything else. The main question is how? Like, just how? Those three-letter words.
That is the frustration, isn't it? Because it's like you're trying to compute it in your brain, like logically you're trying to think, like, absolutely, how was that this, or how did he do this, and you know what I mean. So that's the frustration coming through, and I totally agree with you. I wouldn't look. Obviously, we're at an age now where we're not going to let football ruin our lives, because again, we're not getting paid. But again, but it does. For that hour after the match, you're just thinking, And then I watched Match of the Day this morning. I was still like, what? But obviously, luckily for us, we've got brains, and we're like, all right, cool, fair enough. Look, it happened. On to the next one. Can't be changed. It cannot be changed. So that's move on. That's what we need to understand. But yeah, I think as much as we've said it, the professionals have said it, the more professional pundits have said it, that the letter of the law in terms of handballs is ridiculous. Because for me, unless, like, where are you supposed to put your hands, man? Where are you supposed to put your in that close quarter that him, Cash, and Ketia were in? Where's he supposed to put his hands?
What can you do? Yeah.
His hands were on the way down when that ball bounced onto him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there was no intent to use his hand. That's it.
Yeah, his hand was down
to do anything.
So that's the thing, proximity-wise, and it ruined it for sure. But at the end of the day, the chances that we had, we should have put them away, and we probably wouldn't even have this discussion about the referee. Or I wouldn't have been as frustrated. I wouldn't have been as frustrated. So. No, I get that. So it's I think I can't really say like in terms of I can't say that we definitely dominated them for the majority of the match. That one goal was the difference. So no one can say that Aston Villa. Oh, 2 seconds, bro, because my wife has just brought me some tea. Really, tea? Who drinks tea? Why do I want tea?
If you're anything like me, my headwear is only New Era caps. New Era is the official headwear provider for NFL, MLB, and the NBA. But New Era caps are not just headwear. They are a global brand of culture, style, and self-expression. I'm a huge fan of rap and hip-hop, and growing up, I used to watch artists sporting the New Era caps. I was mesmerized by the way they used to fit just perfectly. I remember my first ever New Era cap. It was a Blue Jays cap. I lived in Toronto, so it had to be. My favorite from my personal collection is my LA Dodgers. I have 2 different versions, fitted and the 940. What I love most about New Era is the quality of the product is second to none. I refuse to wear any other brand caps when New Era is available. So if you want to dress like your favorite sports stars and musicians, visit the official website neweracap.com and use code TASHMIKE at checkout for 15% off. That's neweracap.com and use the code TASHMIKE for 15% off.
Don't want to? Don't want some coffee? Oh, okay. Cool. Tea will do. Tea will do.
Yeah.
Hot. Right, no.
You said who drinks tea? Remind me of that episode of, what was that American football guy who's coaching Amazon Prime? Ted Lasso. Mm-hmm. When he drinks tea and he goes like, what? Tastes like sewage water. Why'd you drink this dirty water? Like, there's no flavour to it. And we had an appointment and met an American who was like one of the cops, and we went and grabbed a sandwich and a coffee, and he was just like, got a bag of Maltesers. He goes, how much of the malt? And I was like, the what, mate? The malt? And I was like, Maltesers. He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, you're right, no worries. I said, do you have these and call them malt in the States? Or are you from Canada? Like, which part are you from? And he's like, no. And I was like, quick question. I said, which one tastes better, like the candy here or in America? He's like, no, in America it tastes much better because here it tastes like you're not even eating junk food, because he goes, you've got so many rules into like preservatives and chemicals.
We have no E numbers. We have no E numbers anymore. Yeah.
So, and I was like, all right, sweet. But yeah, no, it just reminded me of the tea. Pointless bit to talk about.
No, luckily though, this is actually flavored tea. I think it's got some sort of pomegranate in it or something. I don't know, but it's flavored, so at least it's gonna have some flavor in it. You know, like cranberry or whatever.
None of that Yorkshire tea. None of that.
Come on. That is sewage water. No, I'm just kidding. I do love tea, by the way. People from Yorkshire, shout out.
I'm drinking TikTok. I don't know. I think that's some South African brand. I really like the taste of TikTok. So try TikTok tea with a little bit of milk, no sugar.
Oh, okay.
But with no sugar. If you have sugar, obviously have a little bit, but don't put
no sugars. Yeah, I don't do sugars in coffee or tea. To be honest, it ruins it. But sorry. Going back to the football and in terms of Arsenal. So overall, you know, it was down to us really to make that game, you know, ours, and to sort of capitalize on City losing, and obviously, you know, Liverpool unfortunately won. You know, there's nothing we can do about that. But so we just we slipped out the top of the league. So, you know, it's not something that I like talking about. But yeah, it's still
not even halfway through. I thought we were halfway through at some point, and I realized we're not halfway through yet. Are we? Like, we've still got 3 games to go before it's halfway through. Yeah. But that's all right, then, man. Nothing else. Should we move over to the blue side of London?
Let's move it over. And I will say, I will caveat that I didn't watch a Chelsea match because we had our carpets cleaned today, like deep clean, so we had to be out of the house.
Honestly, did not miss much at all. I'll talk about Chelsea Man United, the bit that you did watch first.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I did watch that. So
because that was fucking diabolical as well. Where to begin? I was disappointed, to be fair, from the starting lineup. I put it on the chat as well. Like, why has he changed the back 4? You know, like Dacia against Brentford, we won. We had a pretty solid-ish game. You know, like we did well, and he just changed it again. And the players, for me, I said on the chat, mate, we made Man United look like they were world class. We made Garnacho, Turkey Teeth, look like he was absolute prime Ronaldo.
Scott McTominay look fucking good.
We made Scott McTominay look like flipping Zidane. Like, he was absolutely bossing it.
Zinedine McTominay.
Look at us. Zidane, whatever we want to name
Scott
him.
Scott Javi.
Yeah, Scott Javi.
Andres McTominay. Come on, bro. Eddie, we're good as all day.
We made him look unbelievable, and we had $250 million in sort of transfer fees for 3 players in that middle of the park, and they just could not get anywhere near him. The player that played in the middle, obviously Palmer came in because Conor Gallagher was serving his suspension, and he was just shy. Like, we just couldn't do nothing. Palmer was awful that game. He lost so many touches. I know he scored a great goal. Don't get me wrong, he scored a fantastic goal. But there were opportunities to release the ball quicker. No, that doesn't excuse it, because when you lose 3 points, nobody's looking at individual accolades. This isn't Spurs and Harry Kane to be like, oh yeah, he's nearly the top scorer. We do not on that shit. But the main thing that I have the problem, especially in that game, was we left so much in the middle of the park. McTominay found so many spaces. I didn't like the fact that Colwill flopped for the second goal. You saw that he got a touch on the shoulder and he went down. I was thinking, why? But my main concern is Jackson was awful. He offered us nothing up top. Awful. Awful. Like, so shit. And then he just seems to get angry for no reason. Mudryk tries running forward, and I always think, bro, like, fair enough, you're on the left, why don't you ever swap and have a go at the left back? You're having a go at the right back. Swap sides. You know, like that old school, like, where the wingers just used to swap. And now he's not even that old school. Like, maybe it might be to the young'uns, but to us, to our 30-plus generation, is Fergie used to love it. Becks and Ronaldo switching, or not Ronaldo, sorry, Becks and Giggsy and Nani and Ronaldo switch sides, bro. Sometimes attack the right back, sometimes attack the left back. Find a weakness, see which one works, and just keep doing that. Mudryk just seems to want to stay on the left-hand side all the time. It seems to want to cut inside. But yeah, man, he's just that middle of the park as well. Like, Caicedo's just so shit. He's not quick enough to intercept the ball. He doesn't read the game quick enough to get there, maybe because to make up for the lack of pace. And everything he does is like a 2-yard pass. And I'm thinking, this wasn't you for Brighton. You were running with the ball. You were taking on defenders, like a Declan Rice for you, like a what's his name, the black player in middle of the park for Spurs, Basuma, like a Basuma for Spurs, running with the ball, and get rid of that first press, and then you're kind of attacking CDM centre backs, and he just doesn't. He gets in. It's always sideways football. Cucurella made, like I said, Turkey Teeth Garnacho look unbelievable. I was thinking, like, why is Cucurella even there, bro? Why is Cucurella even playing?
He should be playing now,
especially not right back. Well, I don't know what was going on.
I think Disasi played right back for you on the game before, didn't he? And then it was Badiashile in the centre. Yeah.
Thiago Badiashile in the centre and Colwill on the left. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. That is, for me, I think that is our best four, because even Reece James is kind of hit and miss at the minute. Nothing wrong with that. Take him off. Yes, he's captain, but take him off. Save him a little bit. Look at Trent now. When when Klopp took him off against Arsenal, it was like, oh, he had a little injury. He didn't. Just Martinelli was ripping him left, right, and centre.
Absolutely was, yeah, absolutely.
You know
was.
What I mean?
I agree.
Take him off, you protect him a little bit, but it looks like we might have to have this Disasi there anyway, because Reece James got injured today. Like, he felt something on his hamstring again. He's refusing surgery. So,
is he? Okay, great.
I don't know whether he's refusing surgery. By the way, I don't know what it is. You know, some people don't believe it. Some people But anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to today's game.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you, with Reece James, and I've said it for a long time, he is not captain material, because I saw him against Man United when he came on, and the fact that he gets so frustrated and drops his head, it's like, dude, you are literally you are the Chelsea through and through, and if you drop in your head, what the hell do you think the rest of them are going to do, who are there literally just to earn a paycheck,
for the next,
you know what I mean?
Years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it's disappointing to see him, because again, for a while he was very, very good. Like, you know, he was literally probably one of the best right wing backs in England.
But he was, even the memes got to the point, didn't it? If you fancy a crosser, you get Trent. If you fancy somebody for pace, you get what's his name, Kyle Walker. If you fancy somebody to do everything, Reece James. Whatever those memes were, bullshit like that. Yeah. But I think the injuries, I don't know whether it's psychological with him at the minute. He doesn't want to get injured. You know, those players who come back from a long-term injury and they come back and they get injured again, which happened with Reece James. And then they come back to the third time and then they're a bit hesitant for a tackle, or they try to put on extra muscle, which is their lower limbs and their tendons and ligaments haven't really adjusted to the extra body mass that they've gained. And I think that's what it is with Reece James as well. Like, I think psychologically he's like not willing to go in for all the challenges. But if you do it half-heartedly, you get found out. And against Newcastle, he got found out. Against Man United, he didn't play.
Newcastle big players as well. They're brutal. They are absolutely brutal players. It wasn't even the big
guys. It was Anthony Gordon who did it. Little nibble Gordon. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's it. They're the bits where I think like that agility from Reece James was just missing a little bit. And I don't know whether that's a fear of my hamstring's going to go and so on, but we can't afford to carry players who are struggling on for hamstrings just because you're Chelsea through and through. You know, at the end of the day, football club comes first, winning comes first. And then if you are good enough, you make the team. If you're not good enough, just sit on the sideline and support the team from the sideline. But these through and through players, we don't have anybody. We're apart from James and Gallagher and that starting 11, there's nobody else there like who can really play. And that kind of leads me on to today's game. We got them. We started off all right. Changes against the starting 11. I'm thinking, what is this guy fucking do? Once again, we don't seem to have a consistent 11. You know, your Arsenal, I say to you, you're going to play City tomorrow. Who's your back four? You go, done. He'll probably go Zinchenko instead of Tomiyasu. One change, right? Who's your midfield? Who's your top three? Done. You say to me who you play, and I'll be like, this is who I would like to see.
Yeah.
I am not confident. Do you see the difference? Do you see where I'm at? And I'm like, this is what I would like to see. And it's not happening. I don't know why Pochettino's not doing it. I'll be honest with you. I said it on the chat text with you as well. If he doesn't start winning and Ten Hag doesn't start winning for United, they will be gone because nobody's going to be. Well, I don't think we trust the manager at Chelsea with transfers because Todd's doing all the transfers, but United will get rid of him. But no, for me, honestly, coming back to Chelsea, really poor, no desire. You mentioned with Arsenal struggling on the final third and sometimes you couldn't finish. We weren't clinical at all today. We had a couple of, you'll watch match of the day, we had a couple of chances which we looked good, but overall we were second best at everything. We had no build-up. Like, you get the ball, you see Arsenal get it, ball comes into Declan Rice, between two players to Odegaard to Saka, runs down the wing, tries to square it in our edge of the D. Chelsea get it, ball to Palmer does 3-4 turns, nobody there for him to find, ball to Mudryk loses it. Right, let's try again, Caicedo, 5-yard pass, body shield, and you think to yourself, what are we trying to, listen, it's Christmas now, questions have got to be asked of the manager, what are you trying to achieve? Yeah, what is your motto? What are you trying to do? Yes, we have spent a fucking billion. Yes, we've overpaid for players. But this is what you've got now. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And what is your motto?
I think it's a conversation that must have been had when Pochettino was being hired, because you can't. If I was Pochettino and I went to a Chelsea and I've seen the seasons beforehand, going through two managers or whatever it is. My question would be like, look, what's the scope of what I'm doing here? Like, are you going to let me have some new players that I want who think are going to improve the team, or am I just stuck with these players? Surely that conversation must have been had, right? And
you'd like to think so,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If that conversation's been had with the owners, then I can't put any blame on Pochettino, because unfortunately that's the players that he's got.
But let's break it down though, right? If he had that conversation, every manager takes over and says, these are the three players I need to make this team work. Because before you take over a job, you get approached.
So I'm talking about Chelsea, like considering how much money's already been spent.
Absolutely.
Is Todd Bowley willing to spend more on the three players, for example, that Pochettino would like?
Right. So obviously, who came in? Jackson came in over the summer because we were needing a striker. Jackson came in. Ugochukwu came in. Diassi came in. The list goes on, right? Yeah. But let's say, were those really those three players? Exactly. So were they Pochettino's players? I doubt it. I doubt Pochettino has picked, who worked with Harry Kane, worked with an Mbappe and Neymar, who is a ex-footballer himself, who played for Espanyol and the rivalry against Barcelona. He would have seen clinical strikers, even for Espanyol, if
knows what to look for,
and so on. Exactly. That's the word I'm looking. He knows what to look for. Did he really pick Jackson? And if he didn't, why the hell did he not stand up for himself? This is your legacy going to be on here. You can't go to Paris and not win, come to Chelsea and be like, oh, we'll do all right, and just hang on the lifeline of, I did all right with Spurs. I made Dele Alli into a decent player. I turned Harry Kane into who Harry Kane is now, and Song. And you think like, bro, like that's fine, but like we need trophies, we need silverware. Fans want bragging rights. Fans want to be like, yeah, but we won the Carabao Cup this year. It's a start, or we won the league. Do you know what I mean? Like this is the
Cup's
thing.
A cup, but you're not even aiming for that, to be honest. Yeah, you're
exactly.
Not even aiming
for that. We're just aiming for some consistency. Not even top fours, fine. We're just aiming to see a consistent play and be like, okay, we were unlucky today, we'll win the next one. Huge respect, by the way. I know you're not a big fan of his, but Ange Postecoglou, he plays the same way and looks to find little alterations in his play to be able to win or to gain an advantage over the opposition. He got beat by Chelsea 4-1, drew with City, got beat by whoever else the next three games where they were winning 1-0 and created a meme or something. Even Ozil commented, bottle of seed. Do you see that on Twitter? Do you see?
I did see that. That was a record. That was a record broken though. There was three or four games on the bounce.
Where from a leading position they lose at home or even in the league, and it just goes to show that like he was strong enough and he just stayed with those players. And even then, look at that bit. He was losing games and he was only making little changes into his 11. Pochettino will have a new 11 by next week. And you think, why? Like, what is going on here? Raheem Sterling had a great game against City, left wing. He hasn't played left wing for the last three games. Yeah. Carl Walker, the best right back in the country, Raheem Sterling made him tremble in that position. And we started attacking and Carl Walker didn't know what to do. all of a sudden we're like, yeah, that's too good. Let's give him a chance. Let's put Raheem on the right.
I was just about to say it. You took the words out of my mouth. Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? This is what I mean, the frustration, because we just did what worked against City. Why are we not doing it with everybody else? Let's try. Raheem is the best left wing. That's Raheem's position. And if he does play right wing, Mudryk left, okay, that's a fine. Keep altering, keep changing, keep moving, keep changing.
Mid-match. Yeah.
Mix it around. Like, how hard is it to say to Sterling, you're a bit older than Mudryk, dictate when you want to change. You dictate when you want to change.
Yeah.
Mudryk can't speak English, let's say. He should by now, but let's say he can't. You say to him, change. Mudryk, when the word change means this.
Yeah, you go to this side.
You know what I mean? Simple instructions. But even Mudryk, I feel like he needs one-to-one coaching. He's not great.
He's not the guy.
He's not the guy for us. No, he's not. He's awful. I'll be honest with you, he's awful. You'll watch it today as well. He did 2 crosses in, did nothing for 70 minutes, got a yellow card, a bit of frustration, which was good to see a bit of fight in him, but not for the yellow card. The bit of aggression afterwards going forward with the ball, but he's got nothing. He gets... Yeah, but...
You like to see aggression if the player's been doing well, and then
I mean,
and then it becomes aggressive.
No. I mean aggression in the sense of like chasing with the ball, trying to close down. Because even the closing down, he's like looking at it, and that's what it leads me on to. This is the final thing, and then I'll end it because it just fucking shite everywhere. Is I watched the training session. Do you know when teams post out like week, like a kind of like a little cameo, effectively, if you like, but like an 8-minute cameo of what they got up to in training, you know, rondos and shooting and so on and so forth. Chelsea players doing the rondo look like as if it was a group of lads on holiday having a chat and just kicking the ball about a little bit. No desire, no passion, no discipline, zero. I don't even know how they know what the word means. I'll be able to spell it. Zero, mate. And they were just laughing and joking. And then you watch, like, I don't know, a City, an Arsenal, a Spurs, a Liverpool. The ball is flying into the feet and the player controls it and gets rid of it first time. Okay, they have a laugh when they meg somebody or when they get to 20 or 25 passes, you know. Chelsea players are like on 3-4 and just laughing and going like, what do you mean, bro? What are you doing, bro? Who's that for, bro? And I was thinking like...
That's how they play. That's literally how they play.
If this is what's happening in training, we are fucked. And we were fucked today. Because that came out before Everton game today. And we were fucked. Like, absolutely fucked. What's his name? The Ukrainian at left back. Livramento, yeah. I don't understand why Mudryk didn't even attack him once. Mudryk stayed on the left the whole time. I was like, why don't you go against your countryman? You play with him. You'll probably have a bit more confidence if you're battling with him than you are with Ashley Young and whoever else is coming on that side. He was quiet. Both wingers for Everton were awesome. Decore was fantastic. McNeil was great. They had, I think, 20% possession, 18% or 28% possession, and still won the game 2-0. So, and Maatsen came on. This is actually the last thing. Maatsen came on, closed the ball down, and he turned around. He literally made a U shape, and the ball fitted through the ball went past his hips. And if Roy Keane was a Chelsea fan, he'd be fucking fuming right now, because the guy came out. You know, when you come out and close, okay, you're protecting your genitals from the shot. But the guy protected his genitals, then moved his arm up to protect his face. Then he turned to the side so there's a smaller surface area to aim at. And then he fucking ducked out of the way. And I was thinking like, bro, why did you even go for it, bro? Why didn't you just stay where you were? The ball would have hit you if you stayed where you were. And he made it 2-0. But it was awful.
It's a lack of confidence. It's a lack of confidence that it's clear and obvious, by the way, for Chelsea. Like no one's working. I mean, I'm looking at the stats here. Yeah, overall stats: 28% possession from Everton, 72% from Chelsea throughout the whole match, and 16 goal attempts. By the way, I've got on here. I don't know if this is made up or not, but I've got 16 goal attempts on here versus 9 for Everton. So 16 for Chelsea, 9 for Everton.
No, that's not made up. It's just not clinical. Not clinical enough, and just like not reading the game. And
shots off goal,
had a
12,
decent chance.
So,
Mudryk kind of squared the ball to him, went to the bar line, squared it off to him, and Enzo was a yard off it. Like, he stopped rather than continued his movement. He would have got a better connection. He had to stretch away. So there's a goal attempt. He's just all over the pitch, mate. We're just awful. But it just got me thinking this as well. And again, not trying to make excuses. I suppose it is an excuse, but just thinking maybe more for myself. You join a new company, right? And let's say there's 300 employees at that company.
Yeah.
Somebody says to you, we're going to put a quiz team together. You're like, yeah, all right, let's do that. Whoever signs up, signs up. You're going to go there and around the table, nobody talks because you don't know who X is or Y is. So you're going to get your phone out. When the question pops up, you're like, I think it's this. And somebody goes, I think it's this. And then that kind of conflict tends to happen a little bit, or you don't get heard and you're like, all right, whatever. Whereas you look at the other teams who have been together 3-4 years, 5 years, only a player or two's added in, and they've added characters, first of all. Yes, quality, but a decent character. Yeah. Declan Rice, let's use you as an example. Great lad. Like, you feel like you can talk to him. You feel like he's down to earth. Okay, a wonderful footballer. You look at our team. We've just bought players thinking like, oh, before so and so buys it, let's do this before so and so. Let's buy the.
But that's how it works.
For fuck's sake, He's bought 20 players, bro. Like, he's bought 20 players. Like, instead of coming in and saying, this is what works, let's tweak with it slowly. He's trying to reinvent the wheel, and the only people suffering is the fans, because tomorrow he'll probably leave. He'll still probably get 3.5 billion. He's bought it for 4, but he'll be like, fuck it. Let me leave.
Not a big, not a huge loss in the big context of things.
Or some Arab will come in, some Arab state will come in and be like, here's 4 billion, just leave now. We don't care, just leave now. And it's the fans who will suffer, because then again, it's another rebuild, it's another 5 years, it's another 10 years. I heard a rumour that Chelsea legends are grouping together trying to get Todd Bowley to sell the club because they don't like how it's run. Didier, Terry, Lampard, Ashley Cole.
I won't be surprised. I will not be surprised at all.
Johnson, the list goes on and on. Sort of like
Bergkamp, Pires, and Henry do the same thing. So
So apparently that's what they're kind of getting together and having a chat, saying they just don't recognise Essien, Mikel. It goes on. Zola, you know what I mean? Even back, Di Matteo's and so on and so forth. But it's just like they just don't recognise who Chelsea is. And it's like, you don't recognise who Chelsea is? Try watching it every week in, week out and be like, what the fuck are we doing? Who the fuck is this? That's where we are. But it's nice. I managed to get a few things off my chest. So
no, that's good. That's good. This is why we have this. More than anything, this is why we have this to vent frustration.
If you were me, by the way, right? Here's a quick question. If you were me, because obviously you start thinking, right, let's change the manager, because motivation for the players. Every fan, you think to yourself, how can you not be motivated to play in front of 50 and so on? Who would you bring in? If you were me, who would you bring in? Sack Pochettino tomorrow, like he's sacked, he's done, he's shit, he's done. Who would you bring in?
And do I have like a choice of someone who's just available, or
no, you're just available because you can't, because obviously
I was going to say
Arsenal not going to let Arteta go.
Because I'm thinking the only person, genuinely, the only probably two people, maybe one person who could actually do really well with Chelsea is Pep Guardiola, because he is ruthless. He is ruthless.
That's what
mate. What are you doing on that wing? You don't want to pass. You don't want to run. Okay, you're just going to take players on. All right, you are benched, lad. You are benched. He did that with Foden. You know what I mean? And Foden was at the height of his powers when Guardiola benched him. He was like, nah. Do you know what, mate? Yeah, you're good. Yeah, but you're not up there yet. You're not there just yet. So sit down a second, and then you'll have your moment.
Wait your turn.
And guess what? Yeah, and guess what? Fucking, he's had his moment. Foden's one of the best players in the Premier League. Or I consider him one of the best players in the Premier League. He is really good. And for me, Chelsea need to have a manager like that. And unfortunately, there is literally only one Pep Guardiola, and I haven't heard any other manager who's like, oh, that's the next Pep. Do you know what I mean? Or like, that he could be close to Pep.
See, it's not even about being close to Pep. I think it's just people to have that quality like Pep. Yeah. Mourinho had it initially when he first came. He was ruthless. He's like, you know what, you play for me, I'll go to war with you.
And he did.
If you don't, then you're dead to me, so effectively, and I will use you as a scapegoat all the time. And he was successful with us. Went to United, it didn't work so much because Paul Pogba was more famous than he was. And
doesn't matter.
That kind of backfired. Of course, but I'm just saying.
The last manager to win something with United, that was Jose Mourinho.
That is very true. Very true.
So,
and Arteta did it with Aubameyang. Arteta fucked Aubameyang off. He said, the team come first, not you. And then they were successful. Yeah. I think he lost a couple of games. Everybody was like, he needs to forgive Aubameyang.
Yeah, bring him back and all this stuff.
But the club stuck with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think Todd will stick with him. If that happens, Pochettino's like, I'm dropping Jackson, Mudryk, who else is there? Caicedo, Enzo's not performing. That's like, what are you talking about? That's 500 million that he's just dropped there.
You just drop 500 million, mate.
Look, you don't drop, 500 is exaggerated, but you know what I mean, right?
I mean, they're enough, mate. Like, shit, fucking hell. You got two players with 200 million right there, so.
300 and something million, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, I don't think he'll get backed. And that's at the minute, that's actually what they need. These big money players who are in on 8-year contracts who think this is an easy holiday, send money home to South America, to Ukraine, because we're minted for the next 8 years, need to be dropped and be like, if you're not going to play, you're staying where you are. And then that's when players then put their career before money, I think. It
shows at that point who's going to put the career before the money. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I think it's now the player's going to fight for it. Or going to be like, it's okay. I'll stay here, do what Jadon Sancho's doing,
and that's fine. You sit there, but you ain't playing again. Do you know what I mean? Jadon Sancho and Eric Ten Hag has actually made that clear. It's like, Unless, Jaden knows what he needs to do if he wants to play again. He doesn't want to do it, or it doesn't seem like he's doing it. Again, this is from what we're hearing, because I don't know what fucking Jaden Sancho's doing in training or not. But from what I'm hearing, it's like, shit, he's right. If he knows what he needs to do and he's not doing it, then why should you go to bat for him? Do you know what I mean? Why should a Pochettino be like, oh, Mudryk, look, mate, I know you're not playing that well, but you know what? I'll stick up for you. It's like, nah, mate, because you're going to cost me my job. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Do you know what I'm saying?
And any walk of life, isn't it? Like any walk of life, if you've got people to manage, cost me my job. I'm sure at your work as well, somebody does something, be like, bro, like, don't do that, because that's messing with my bread. And it's the same thing here as well.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly that.
I think Pochettino, though, as well, don't you think he just looks like he's desperate to be like one of the lads? You remember those guys, right? Who were desperate to get with everybody. Go back to college, university. We've all
walked these PE teachers. We had the PE teachers.
Yeah, who try to be, prime example, secondary school PE teachers who try to be friendly with everyone.
Yeah, now then and all this, like,
it's all this, like, just relax yourself. He's my fucking teacher. Like, I'm not your pal. Don't call me fucking exactly. And this is what I think Pochettino is, because those teachers never had the respect of those guys. The ones who had the respect are the ones who were strict, who you're like, oh no, I can't do this, because we used to have a science teacher called Forteeth. I've Mr. Forteeth, right? Nice. Shout out if you do listen, by the way, who knows? But this is going back a long time ago.
Don't make yourself known. Don't smile at me.
Time ago. Yeah, that's it. Why are you smiling? Like, just relax. You don't even know who Ricky is.
Why is someone playing target practice with your teeth? What's going on here, bro? Do you remember that scene in Home Alone in Home Alone 1 when Kevin's got his brother's little air rifle and he's shooting the little army men
figurines? Yeah,
little figurines. That's literally what first thing that popped in my head when he said 40. That's literally it.
But no, what I was trying to get at is, right, he was super strict, but everybody respected him. And he had the respect, not the fear. Okay, there was some elements of fear in there because you didn't want to be shouted at, but he had everybody's respect. Whereas the PE teacher, who was pally, friendly, you felt like you could get away with anything. I'm not doing PE today, sir. Why not? Don't have my shoes, or don't have my kit, or I'm not fancying it. Oh, we're doing rugby, or we're doing cross country. Nah, if it's not football, so I'm not doing it. Yeah, no worries, mate. You can sit this one out. You know what I mean? No respect. You felt like you could get away with anything. That's how I feel at the minute with Chelsea. And it's not because we've lost 2 on the bounce. It's simply because of watching that training session. Where is the coaching staff not discipline those players? Be like, guys, are you taking the piss? This is no, we don't do that here. We compete here for that starting 11. Yep. There's no pally right now. We compete. And this is the bit that we just don't compete in any single one-on-one duels, matches, rondo on the training pitch. There's nothing for us, man. At the minute, it's a really dark time to be a Chelsea fan at the minute. A really, really dark time to be a Chelsea fan. But, hopefully Todd's learned. The manager needs to come make the decisions, and we'll see what... There's rumours.
Don't get into the room. Don't get into the rumors, man. Don't, because you'll
Osimhen apparently coming to Chelsea. Osimhen,
Osimhen.
Osimhen, sorry, not Osimhen. Osimhen. Yeah. And you think to yourself, why? For what purpose?
Yeah.
We don't need.
How much is that going to cost as well? Do you know what I mean? For someone who's going to be
million. And all that means then is that Conor Gallagher, Reece James, these lads who played for Chelsea need to be sold so you can meet financial fair.
Yeah. And I don't think that's where you start with rebuilding a team. To be honest, you don't get rid of your actual players who have been there for a long time, or come through your academy and, like you said, are proper Chelsea. But I don't think getting rid of Pochettino is the answer. I'll be honest with you.
No, I don't think so neither.
It just resets it to the same thing as it was when Graham Potter came in, and you definitely can't afford to do that. Sorry, I don't mean afford to do that. Back in. No. And I don't mean afford that in terms of like financial whatever, because obviously they clearly got a lot of money that they're throwing around. But as a team, and as the table goes, in that context, cannot afford to keep hitting reset every single half a season. You can't do it. It's not stable enough for a team. And guess what? Nothing's going to change. It's going to have exactly the same problems, at least for the next 6 years, 7 years, however long some of these players are there for. It's
long.
So it's look. I
the thing is, if you've got the money, right, drop him. Mudryk. Mudryk's not performing. Drop him. He's like,
I'm saying sell. We're saying drop, isn't it? Yeah, we're saying drop,
bro. Don't even sell. Loan him out for free. Just be like, here, go get some experience. You know what? I'll pay the club to take you. I'll pay Nottingham Forest to take you for 5
Luton. Go Luton, bro. You're going to get a game of Luton. Yeah, you're going to get a game there. Yeah. Exactly.
Get different coaching
agree.
styles. Go somewhere else. Go abroad. Do something. Just him. But again, it's the big money. I think as well, again, another rumour. Apparently, there's 3 players that Chelsea cannot drop. And the 3 players are the big money signings. 2 boys in the middle and Mudryk. Todd wants to see them every day. But if that's the case, then does Pochettino not have a spine? Does he not have a backbone?
But this is what I'm saying, what I said to you earlier about the conversation that must have been had, right? It's like, if you're agreeing to that job, unless Pochettino was very, very desperate for a job, he should have been saying that. It's like, look, I've seen at least one of these players play, and it's like, he's not good enough for this club. Yeah. He may be good enough in a couple of years' time, but right now you cannot rely on him to be your starting 11 week in, week out.
Yeah.
You just can't. And again, Mudryk's coming off the bench, right? Was that meant to scare me or something? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. It's literally
am
that.
I meant to shit my pants or something? Like, what's going on here?
It just means we're 10 down. Players today were not passing to him because he was losing the ball that often.
And
there was one pass Conor Gallagher made 5 yards in front of him, 5 to 7 yards. I don't think he'll make the highlights, obviously, but he was 5 to 7 yards in front of him, and he just looked at it. I was like, "Yeah, I can't get that." And I was like, "You can't? What do you mean you can't get that, bro? You run at 35 kilometers an hour, or 37 got recorded last time. Yeah. Just sprint and get the ball. We need you to fight for every ball. It's not like the perfect pass to your feet or a yard to the left or right. You need to fight for everything." Conor Gallagher put the ball into space. Against Man United, you were running into space. We put it into space, and now you're not running. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, can you just, you need to combine both of them, and I look, I'm so glad that you guys fell for the whole Mudryk to Arsenal thing, because Todd Bowley fell for that hard.
I don't even know if it's a fault. I think because you guys were willing to pay 80, I think we just offered more money in a longer contract. I think that's what it was, and then I think you offered 70, we offered 80.
Or you
offered 80, we offered 90 or some shit like that. And then they were like, okay, he's going to... Obviously, as a club, you want to sell him to the biggest club. But I've got another Arsenal fan, a mate of mine and he just messaged me. He's like, I am so glad we dodged that bullet. And I was like, which one?
Both.
The Caicedo?
Yeah.
That's what I said to him. I was like, which one? The Caicedo or the Mudryk? And he was like, both. And I was like, both. Mate, they are both
God, I'm so
200 million worth of talent, and they're bang average.
And what did we pay for Trossard? 25 million, 27 million, something like that?
Listen, I won't even look at Trossard. Look at flipping Doku at City.
Yeah.
Look at Doku.
Yeah.
I won't even look anywhere else. Just look at Doku and what he's doing. And you think to yourself, how is what? How did you skip Lille in Belgium and France and you went all the way to Ukraine? What was it? Were you trying to... I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I don't, obviously, we don't want to get into...
I'll be going grey a lot sooner and getting older than I already am because of the stress. But like I said to you, now it's become a point where it's kind of expected to lose. And if we do predictions against Sheffield, I'll be honest with you, I never want to pick my team to lose. But unfortunately, I think we will probably lose again.
You'll win the game against Sheffield.
We don't. Against the lesser teams, we don't. The new manager bounce has been positive for them. We drew against you guys when we should have beat you. I know, of course, we've discussed it, but then we went and got beat by Nottingham Forest. And you think, where's that performance a week ago? Why is it not now? And the teams who sit there with a low block, we can't do nothing. Nothing. The only reason we looked a bit dangerous today is because there's no urgency in the passing. In order to break low blocks, ball's got to be fizzed into a play and it's got to move quickly.
First time touch, bang, bang, bang.
One touch, maximum a 2 touch if it's a bad pass, but 1 touch all the time. And movement, by the way, not just passing, because we can pass left to right, but you've got to move. That's what Spurs did so well today. They've got their fullbacks.
Yeah, they did fair point on
game. You think
I watched bits of it. I watched bits of that match.
Just scored the goal. I was like, my guy, if a Colwill, a Cuckoo, a Reece James, whoever makes the pass, goes, I'll stay here in my position. Bro, you don't need to stay there. There's nobody...
Yeah,
there's no danger.
There's no reason for you to be there. Yeah. And like you said, Richarlison scored twice today, just making those moves. And look, I feel for you. I really do, because obviously, it's such a downfall, and strategically, in terms of football and managing a football team strategically, it's just such bad moves have been made at Chelsea. And again, you've got an owner who's supposedly saying that you've got 3 players that can't be dropped.
I really hope that's not true, but it seems to be true at the minute, because these 3 players are playing
from what's been said, from what's been heard or whatever it is, rumors or whatever. But that is not a strategy for a winning team, because the coach is there. Pochettino is there watching the match live, and he should be willing to make those changes and shouldn't have to be forced to keep certain players on. And look, I don't care how much you spend for these players. You know what I mean? You just get rid of them. PSG, they haven't won any Champions Leagues because they weren't willing to drop a Neymar or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Or willing to buy a Neymar for 200 million when he was past it. The average version of Neymar for 200 is us buying Mudryk for 80, 90 million. Yeah. An average version of this left winger, who's quick, by the way, when he chooses to. But
that's again, it shows.
Walcott was quick.
He wasn't. Again, I've said to you before how I feel about Walcott. People like Arsenal fans, always rated him and like, oh, this and this.
Shit.
Never like Walcott. I think he had speed. That's it. That's absolutely nothing. But again, it shows that someone like a Todd Bowley, an American, he's watching football and he's like, oh, that guy's fast. He thinks it's American football.
Yeah, that's it. 40-yard dash. That's literally what I was going to say. He took the words.
Linebackers and wide receivers, and it's like, dude, we don't do that here. Do you know what I mean? They have no offside there. We have offsides here. He can't just wait up there for the ball. He has to do something. He has to play around with the players that he's got there. He needs to do that 1-2, 1-2 pass sort of thing. You know what I mean? Pass the ball, get a move.
That's it.
Get into space, run behind, and that's literally what he was bought for, to run behind. And
you've just reminded me of another thing. When you watch the game, by the way, if you watch the extended highlights, keep an eye on Mudryk. He just looks lost when the ball's on the left. He's like, do I hug the line? Do I drop short? Do I cut inside? And he looks so lost. It feels like he needs a one-to-one coach to be with him and be like, when the ball is here, this is what you do. When the ball is here, this is what you do. If the ball is around this area, this is what you do. And he doesn't seem to want to do it at all. And like I said to you, players then just stop passing to him.
Let me read you. Sorry, real quick. Sorry to interrupt, Brad, but let me read you a quick little message that I sent to the group on Wednesday. Right?
Go on.
Mate, Mudryk is all over the place. Looks lost. That's literally what I've typed that in. Mudryk lost right there. Hang on, is that just the only one, or is there another one? That's that's the only one. I thought there was another one.
I can't remember, but basically that you've already seen it. Then he looks lost, and he doesn't know. It looks like he's got no intent. There's no, every team plays as there's an intent in what you do, and you're trying to achieve something. Move the ball further up the pitch, create one-on-one situations, create 2-on-1 situations. You know what I mean? Overload the left and so on. Mudryk is just like, okay, the ball's come to me. I guess I'll run, or I'll cut inside, and it just seems.
It seems like there's no actual strategy. There's no strategy of what you're supposed to do.
That's not Todd, though, right? That's the coach. It's Christmas now.
But saying that, it's Todd, yes, and Poch obviously does make the team and the strategy. But if he's not allowed to drop certain players who fuck up his strategy, what's he going to do?
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point. What's he going to do? So, but
we have
gone backwards a couple of years. What's happened is we have come into new money. When people come into new money, a working class family wins the lottery, and all of a sudden they're wearing Louis Vuitton and Versace bathrobes, which for no reason, and a Versace bathrobe that you could get for 300, but they're like, no, I'll pay you $3,000, mate. Don't even worry about it. I'll give you $3,000. I've got loads of money. Here's $3,000.
And then all of a sudden they get divorced, and it's like, wait, you've been married for 30 plus years, you just got divorced because you don't know how to handle the new money. That's literally that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
Todd Bowley became a director of football at Chelsea. Did not know how to negotiate anything. He was like, how much? Yeah. Oh, Arsenal gonna win. Oh no, quickly before Arsenal won. Let's buy it.
That's the strategy. That was the strategy for the transfers.
Why didn't we not let you buy Caicedo? You would never have gone for Declan Rice. We would have bought Declan Rice.
Never.
Come to us because obviously he's a Chelsea lad as well. And his dad supports Chelsea, and his dad would be like, "I'll go play for the club." But again, I'm glad he's not, because we didn't want him when he was a young kid. It's just so much to kind of, but it'll be right. Yeah, it's gone. Like you said earlier, it's gone. It's finished. We move on. We look forward to Sheffield.
Yeah. That's why we have these discussions, for this exact reason, so we can move on and live the rest of our normal lives.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
We go back to being a husband and a father, and
not getting paid $250,000 a week. So that's the thing, really. But yeah, I think we've discussed pretty much everything that we need to on Chelsea over the past 2 seasons, really. And 3 managers, 2 seasons and 3 fucking managers, man. You can't. That is not the answer.
1.25 bill, I think it is, or 1.1 billion
collectively.
30 players, and you think to yourself, what the fuck? I know our friend said to me when I mentioned this is Todd's fault for all of this, and he was like, oh, you praised him for so long ago for finding a loophole on FFP, and it's true. You praise him when he does good things. You found a loophple, bro.
You found the loophole. That's what you praise him on. Yeah.
Yeah, found the loophole. I didn't praise
not the players that you picked.
Anything else?
Yeah,
exactly.
Nothing else.
But found the loophole. That's sound.
Because imagine
can we buy Messi, or can we get flipping Haaland for 300 million and use the fucking loophole? Don't get me fucking Jackson to use the loophole.
Yeah.
When you look at highlight,
why did you get Mbappe?
Oh, get Mbappe. Yeah, get fucking Mbappe. Get Harry Kane. Forget fucking
could have afforded both
Harry
of them.
Kane.
Mbappe and Harry Kane, by the way.
Exactly. Mbappe, Harry Kane, and some other prick. And Thomas Tuchel would have still been manager, for example.
He should have still been manager.
Who had the respect of the players. Right now, there's so many new players. I don't even know what the fuck Pochettino's a PE coach right now. Let's stay with that. He's not Dougie Forteeth, I'm telling you.
He's literally a PE teacher. That's what he is. Yeah, that's exactly who he is. And it's like I said, I don't really want to go any further with this because it's been talked to death. But yeah, I don't think getting rid of the manager is the right answer.
Not yet.
All honesty.
Not yet. I think if we don't win a game, especially these next 5 games, let me have a quick look at who we've got next, and I will tell you if we don't win these next 5 games or 4 games before New Year, we're in a relegation battle, and he will have to go, and then we might have to bring in a Big Sam. Like literally, I think maybe Big Sam is taking the piss, but you bring somebody in who actually doesn't give a fuck about the players. I don't care if you're a young. This is the thing. All of our players are young millionaires, bro. They're 18, 19, and they know that money's coming in regardless.
Yeah, I've said this. That's the first thing we said at the beginning of the season.
Like they'd get $5,000 a week until they're like 22, and even then it'll be 10 grand. Now they're like on $100,000 a week at 18 for the next 8 years.
Yeah,
but no, we've got sorry to interrupt you. So we've got Sheffield at home, Wolves away, which will get beat by Wolves. Palace at home, we'll probably scrape a draw. Luton away, we will get beat by Luton. If Luton play like they did against UN City, we will be beat by Luton because we can't score.
Yeah.
Fulham at home, and Fulham are hitting some form. And then last game of the year. Oh, no, sorry, that's 31st of January.
So last game of the year is Luton.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Luton, the last game of the year.
So you got Wolves, Palace, and Luton. And Newcastle. Yes, Newcastle EFL Cup, but we're talking Premier League strictly. So.
Yeah, Premier League strictly. We'll probably beat Newcastle because they'll be exhausted from flipping us so many games. The Newcastle look drained, by the way. I don't know if you saw that, but moving on from Chelsea, they look drained.
I think that's literally the main reason they lost, to be honest with you, because they just didn't offer anything at all, like nothing. There was no movement. I didn't hear any Newcastle players like doing anything, and it just goes down to exhaustion. And you can't blame. Well, you can't blame them, obviously, because at the end of the day they should be professionals, and they should be up to that physical standard. But you can't blame them because they've entered a new competition. They're in a new era of the club, and they're playing midweek games, and then they're playing weekend, and then back to midweek games. So.
And their injuries as well, by the way, So it's like more or less the same 11 every week. It's the same 11. And these guys are running 10K a game, 10 to 12K a game. You think to yourself, fucking madness.
That is crazy.
Me and you sitting here, somebody said to you, let's do a 5K. Not even 10 to 12, let's do 5K. You'll be like, yeah, all right, I'll do it. And then 3 days later, come here, let's do 5K. You'll be like, you out of your fucking mind?
I wouldn't even do another one. I wouldn't even do fucking 3K, but yeah, you're right.
3K every 3 days. Imagine 3K every 3 days or 4 days. You think, like, fuck that, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. No, I agree with you. But I think that's why Newcastle obviously struggled today. And again, they made Tottenham look amazing. But because, look, if you're not running back and tracking your players, tracking your runners, guess what? You are going to lose a match, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So again, the fact that Richarlison scored twice in this match, it goes to show for me that Newcastle just never even showed.
You're not happy about that, are you?
I'm not happy about that at all because he fucking scored twice, and it's like, are you kidding me? How are you letting Richarlison get into your box and scoring, by the way? But look, that's why. And, what was the second half came?
With you, by the way.
Changed.
I'm praising Ange. He saw he didn't do very well against. Son was pretty much useless up top against Newcastle. Dropped Sonny on the left. Put Kulusevski as a 10 for a bit more creativity and running at defenders. And it felt like as if it worked. Joe Linton and, what's his name, Bruno, didn't really know what they were doing in that middle of the park. The young kid who's 17-year-old, bless him. He's Miley. Yeah. He's doing all right, but it was just too much because Odoji kept coming in. And this is another thing. When left back and right backs overload the midfield, and when there's already 3 or 4 midfielders, who marks who?
Yeah.
Who marks who? Because they're all struggling because the left back is coming in because they all seem to want. It's tricky. And to be fair, I praise Ange for that. Ange did really well. Son was fantastic. Scored me a shitload of points on FPL. I think I'm second now. I'm not 100%, but well done, Ash. Well done, Postecoglou.
That's fair enough. I mean, unfortunately, I can't sit here and agree with you on that because I just didn't see anything different from Tottenham apart from the fact that they faced a very weak Newcastle.
Newcastle was weak and they were tired, but I do think those slight changes made a difference. Maybe I'm looking at that thinking, I wish we had those slight changes instead of all the changes. So maybe I've got my Chelsea glasses on. But yeah, no, Newcastle played well. But quick thought on Man United before obviously we wrap things up tonight.
Yes, quick thought, lol. And but let's move on from that. Let's move away from it, really.
I think he'll get sacked. I think he's going to get sacked by.
I can't wait for Tim Fraud to get sacked.
Galatasaray is going to knock him. Bayern are going to beat them at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Then they've got Liverpool next, and there's no Bruno in that middle of the park. So there's another. You could see another L coming his way. Is just not looking good for Man United at all.
The smile on my face is I can't hide it. It's undeniable right now.
You just can't hide it, can you?
I can't hide it. I cannot can it, basically.
And then it's away to West Ham oh my God.
Come on, Tim Fraud. Tim Fraud, please,
Liverpool
please.
Away, West Ham away, which they'll probably have to get the coach to West Ham because, the same thing they did at Newcastle. And then Tuesday night again against Aston Villa, Boxing Day. Villa at Old Trafford. I can't see them winning, to be honest with you. Maybe West Ham, but other than that, I can't see West Ham get rolling over at what's it called, the Hammer Stadium, whatever the new one is, the Olympic Park, or whatever it's referred to as.
Rick, look, can I just honestly, I cannot wait. I love watching Man United play right now. Because every single match, apart from the Chelsea match, was, again, because you guys just made them look fucking unbelievable. You look like the 09 Barcelona team, by the way. What the fuck?
We literally made the 09 Barca, yeah.
It's, apart from that game, Manchester United are worse. Like, in a way, in terms of the lack of flexibility from the manager and the lack of the sort of ideas from the manager, I kind of relate them to Spurs. But the good thing is for Spurs is that they're on a good run right now. They've got a new manager, so they kind of all have to play at least in the first season. But honestly, I cannot wait for Ten Hag to get sacked. I genuinely cannot wait because it's just a matter of time before that happens.
It's fraud, isn't it? It's fraud what he's doing.
I'm telling you, every time fraud. I'm telling you.
I found it really funny how for this November they won Goal of the Month, Manager of the Month, and Player of the Month. Harry Maguire got Player of the Month or something.
Yeah.
And then that weekend when they all received their trophies, they conceded 3 goals against Bournemouth.
It's unreal.
And you just think, by the way, Bournemouth, praise to them.
4 goals, by the way. 4 goals they conceded again. No, sorry, it was 3-0 It was 3-0 in the end, but honestly, it was that fucking close to being 4. They managed to go to find the back of the net 4 times against the Player of the fucking Month, Harry Maguire.
I fucking
unbelievable.
Put Onana in goal. I was like, against Bournemouth.
Nah, bro, come on,
I put Onana in goal. I'm taking that cunt out straight away.
What are you doing?
FPL, I took it just
You shouldn't have any Man United player in there, apart from McTominay now and again. McTominay now and again,
Zidane. But
honestly, unbelievable.
Højlund still hasn't scored, has he? For United, still hasn't scored in the Prem. That's just like, they're in trouble, honestly. To be honest with you. I know then it looks less trouble or less worrying than Chelsea because we're 12th, by the way, and United I think are 6th, 7th, wherever the fuck they are, but they're in trouble.
They are in such big trouble. So hold on, where's United right now? Let me have a quick look. I'm just looking at so they are 6th right now, and they are literally a point above Brighton and Newcastle, who are just behind them.
Yeah.
So and
they play Liverpool next. So let's say Brighton and Newcastle win next games. Liverpool obviously are going to beat them because it's at Anfield. It's going to be a great game, Super Sunday. They drop
down to 8th, but if West Ham win as well, whoever West Ham are playing, and Man United lose, literally Man United will drop to 9th. If they win by 1 goal, they will drop down to 9th, just like that. And now to the Champions League, 9th in the Premier League, and still facing. It's tough. It's tough for them. It's hilarious.
It's good. Honestly, I
can't wait.
Long may continue.
A quick thing on Liverpool. Obviously, I was quite happy when they were 1-0 down, and then they do what they do, which is we've always said. So again, I was not surprised basically when they won that match against Palace, but it all changed after Jordan Ayew got sent off. After that moment, that's it. They scored the equaliser, and then obviously I think it was a penalty that they. It was Elliott scored from the outside. Good goal as well, by the way.
Decent
good goal.
I saw the goals, but I didn't watch the match. No, they're doing good stuff, and to be fair, it's good for the Prem, isn't it? City, Arsenal, Liverpool going at it. Maybe throw a sprinkle of Aston Villa in there.
Hey, Unai Emery, good evening, doing fantastic, doing brilliant out there.
It's Prem, bro. Really good for the Prem, isn't it? And obviously the next couple of games. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm just for me, obviously it's sad my team's not there, but anyway, fuck it. You can't have everything, can you? I'm hoping my team would walk away with it, but that's not going to happen for the next couple of years. Until I'm this close to debating bring Jose Mourinho back. That's where I'm at the minute. Bring Jose back so he doesn't even take any shit and just be like, no. My contract is too big. You're not going to sack me. This is the way I'm playing, so fuck you.
Yeah, and I think if Jose went, I think Jose, the first thing that he would say to them is, to Bolly, is like, look, mate, either I'm going to do it my way, or don't even bother hiring me because you're just going to lose a lot of money with the contract that you're going to pay me out for.
That's it. Do you think that maybe that's what a lot of other managers did, and Pochettino took it because he might have been desperate? He probably came in because honestly, I just think now, the more I think about it, like every manager goes into a club and says, I need a centre-back. I've seen what you've done. Yeah. It's good. However, I need this player to go to the next level.
Did Luis Enrique turn it down because of supposedly similar reasons?
I believe so.
Can you argue with him now?
You can't argue with any of them. You do not want to take the Chelsea job at the minute. You cannot take. No. We are going to get very close to what you have. You got those banners? I'm going to turn them inside out and change Kroenke to Bowley and I need those fuckers. I'm about to go there now. Shit is getting difficult, man. I can't take another season of fucking transitioning and rebuilding and trust the process, because I know what's happening in January. I've probably got 20 players lined up to come in.
Ready to go. Fucking go. Instead of going the other way around, I'm actually getting rid of 20 fucking players, which again, easily you could, to be honest. You can easily get rid of at least 4 players, which will be a huge loss in terms of finances. But you would, definitely. Enzo Fernandez should never have been bought. Caicedo, okay, not for that price. Buy him,
less than 50 million easy. But easily, even buy him, why? Easily. Like, he's not doing anything for us. He's literally making 5-yard passes. Could Conor Gallagher make 5-yard passes?
Considering how he was at Brighton, then fair enough. Yeah. Buy him, but not at that price. Nowhere near that price. Not even half of that price, to be honest with you.
Consult the manager, bro. Like anything else, Arteta gets consoled on what player to sign. Who do you need? Everybody laughed when he was like, I want, what's his name, Jorginho and Havertz. Yeah, but, he does all right with him. He knows what he wants out of those players.
Ben White, Aaron Ramsdale, Takahiro Tomiyasu, 3 players that, again, never would I have thought that Arsenal would ever go for at all. And for the price, again, Ben White was 50 million. I was the first guy to be like, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah. Fucking 50 million. Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, I changed my tune real quick. Quick. Do you know what I mean?
But he knows what he's doing. Obviously, these guys are elite managers. They've got the elite coaching staff with them.
We have our opinion to talk about what the manager's doing, but then once they sort of like prove you wrong, and you can clearly see that it proved you wrong, it's like, all right, cool, man, sure, I was wrong.
I'll be the first person to admit it as well. Yeah.
Takahiro Tomiyasu is like, who the fuck is that guy from where? From fucking Bologna? Like, who the fuck is this guy? Yo, he's one of our best fucking players. Leandro Trossard over Mudryk. And you're telling me Mudryk is fucking fast as fucking 80 million and you're going to buy Leandro fucking Trossard? Yeah. Right. Oh, that's good. Thanks.
I see why you did what you did. Exactly.
Yeah, thanks, Big Mick. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately for Chelsea, it's not. It's gone the opposite. But anyway, look. Do you have anything else that you want to add, by the way, for the Premier League over the last 2 game weeks?
Nothing.
I think we've gone on a little bit long, so I'll tell you what we'll do. Instead of doing predictions for the Champions League, we'll come back on Thursday and we'll discuss the Champions League.
We'll
recap it and laugh at Man United once Bayern knock them out. So great stuff. Cannot wait.
Because I think that's where I'm only getting my joy at the minute is Man United losing. Because I've got nothing else on my team. Well, I'm not saying for you, Dick. And you can
no. Sorry. I mean, this week especially, like, same as in, like, especially, it's like, do you know what? Cool. But then again, Tottenham ruined it by winning. So it's like, come on, Tottenham, what the fuck? You let me down. You've gone against
Newcastle. You've cursed Newcastle since you said I hope they lose every game for Newcastle. They've not gone on a winning streak.
I meant that.
Who did they get beat by? They got beat by Everton. Everton beat them. So Spurs beat them. That's 2-2 now. They've got the 2 L's and the Champions League defeat as well. Or draw in the Champions League.
Before we leave, let me have a look at the results.
So much for? Like, it's a northeast team. We love the northeast.
No, we don't. Nah, screw them. Screw them after that cheating shit. So after the Arsenal win, which again, debatable, but whatever, they lost to Dortmund in the Champions League. They lost to Bournemouth. They won against Chelsea. Bournemouth. Fair enough, obviously.
Everybody seems to win against us.
So that doesn't count. We'll erase that. They drew against PSG. They beat Man United. Hey, I'm always up for that.
We'll have that. Yeah, we'll have that.
They lost to Everton and they lost to Tottenham. So you know what? It hasn't been good at all since that Newcastle 1, 2, 3, 4 losses out of
2 victories
out of 7 matches. So yeah. Hey, look, karma's a bitch, bro. Karma's a bitch, and it will get you.
I'm telling you, it's
I don't care.
You need to start speaking into existence that Chelsea are going to turn good. You know what I mean? That's what I need from you.
I'm always rooting for you guys. As in, like, my predictions are always Chelsea wins mostly anyway.
Nah, well, we'll see what it's like against Sheffield Wednesday, but yeah, it's not looking good at all. But no,
we'll be back during the week. Perfect. Right, thank you so much for listening, for bearing with us over. Obviously, it's nearly an hour and 40 minutes, so we will get this out for people. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert.